Welcome to the Wando Challenge Day 1, how to create your first image. So to create your image basics, you just describe it right here in this handy dandy little box on the left. You can take a prompt from GPT or Claude if it already knows your business and say create an image prompt for XYZ and then paste it in here, and then you can select the models and do all the cool stuff Wando does right here with your prompt already made from GPT or Claude. Or you can create your own prompt, and you can do that just by, well, typing it in. So you would do that right here. Say you want to make a picture of, create an image of a person sitting at a desk, sitting at a table, I'll fix that in a second, looking at a laptop, dreaming of owning a successful online business where they can work from home. Okay, so that's a pretty vague prompt, but it'll get you some interesting results and some ideas on what you might want to make for the social media image, or maybe just some good general social media images. We're not going to add any text to it. That's a whole different thing. We're just focusing on basic image generation. So then over here on the left again, you get to pick your generation model here. You get to pick the platform here and the size here. And you can make your first set of images for free through Key, and then you would have to add credits if you want to continue generating images. We'll go over costs and all of that stuff a little bit later, but you can see how many credits you have right here. And if you want to add credits, that link is right there where all the little arrows are pointing. So let's start going through your options. You can pick your generation model. If you just want to pick a random one, you can do Nano Banana V2 is pretty good. And it's something that's not GPT if you want some variance and difference. You can also pick a GPT if you prefer. So why would you use it in here and not GPT? Well, the sizing, first of all. And second of all, editing and workflow. You can send it to other places from here. Now, you can also import images you've created from GPT in here and use all of those features as well. So you do not have to use this to generate your image. But if you do, it also tracks the prompt for you way better than GPT. So if I make the image here using GPT-2, then I can find that image later, the prompt that was used, and any images I edited from that base image. So there's a lot of other features as to why, but for right now, we just need to get an image made, right? So to show you the difference between the different models, I'm just going to select all. You can modify the all setting right here, this little gear, and pick, say you do this a couple times and you're like, yeah, I only like Nano Banana and GPT, right? So maybe you just want Pro and GPT-2. You can just select those, and then you can unselect all the rest so that when you hit that all feature, it will only run images through the two selected models. Right now, I'm going to give you an idea of what all the models look like. So we're just going to select all and save. There we go. You can select the size you want. So you can pick your platform. You can add other platforms. That's a whole other set of features. But right now, we're just going to pick Instagram. And I'm just going to go with the normal post feed right here, the portrait one, a 4:5 ratio. So select on that. And then what we will do is, since this is a really vague prompt right here, I want to add a couple of features to it to make it a little bit more exciting. So by doing that, I'm going to use this little pencil ruler thing right here. And when we click on that, it brings up a lot of presets that you can choose any of or all of or none of if you don't want to. But I'm not super creative, so I use this a lot. So I want them to be working at a home office. Right, so that's where I want to put the setting in the background. The art style, let's see here. Let's do, I don't even know what voxel art is, but you could do photorealistic, you could do stylized. There's a whole bunch of different art styles in here that are kind of, you just get a pick, right? So let's do, I don't know. There's anime, there's atom punk, there's chalk art. Let's do chalk art. I haven't done that one. That'll be a fun one. Okay, lighting. So product lighting, headshot lighting, interior lighting, we're just going to go with lifestyle, natural, warm, and inviting. The camera lens angle, let's do wide angle dramatic perspective just for fun. The composition, I'm not really going to deal with any of that, but you can select golden ratio or whatever you want. The mood, I want to do welcoming, approachable, and friendly. We're going to do no text and watermarks, clean composition with no clutter, and a simple clean background. So then we're going to insert all of that into the prompt right there. Okay. And now I'm just going to have it create an image through all of the prompts for us. So we're just going to hit generate, this little play button right here. It's going to say what you're doing is going to cost tokens. That's fine. Just go ahead and do that. And now you can see all of these right here. This is the images you're generating. This one's from Nano Banana V2, V2 Lite, Pro, GPT, and Seedream models. So it'll start creating all of those images, and then as they complete, it'll show them right here. So if you want to, for example, see how much each image cost, some of them that we've already done, you can just click on history. Okay. History right here. So we're going to do with the session, just so you get an idea. So it has your session cost right here, the 7-day summary, 30-day summary, and it tells you how much each image costs. So that you can decide, which models you like and what's worth paying for. So Nano Banana Lite was 2 cents. GPT 1.5 was 11 cents. We've got Seedream at 7 cents. Seedream 4.5 at 3 cents. You get the idea. It goes all the way down, right? But this way you can decide which models are worth paying for and which ones aren't. And they're going to be vastly different. So that's one of the things about using a bunch of different models. As you can see as they're coming up here, each model has a different idea of what is good, right? And what all of these things are, especially when it's really vague like this. They are all the same size, right? So that's not going to change at all. They're all going to be this Instagram portrait size. But as you can see, this one is completely different from this one. Totally different subject matter, everything. You can see the model that was used right here. So this one was made with Nano Banana Pro. And this one here, V2, so that's going to be the GPT version 2. Nano Banana version 2. Then we're going to go over to this next image here. That one was Nano Banana Lite V2. And then what we're going to do in some of the next modules, the next day or the next challenge section, is we'll learn some of the small edits and how to create more images using reference images for consistency and branding purposes. But the whole point of this right here is to get you an idea of what does it look like? How do you make your first image? And then another very important thing, and this is why you would use Wando instead of GPT to actually create the image, right here, this gallery button. So let's look in the gallery. Okay, so right here in the gallery, you can see by clicking on the image exactly what prompt was used. So right here, it will tell you what you used to make that image. And then over here on the right where it says child images, if you do edits to this main image right here, say you want to change the character from a male to a female, then what it'll do is it'll edit that, and then it'll put that edited image right down here as a child image. So that means you can trace your images backwards if you need to. You can modify different things about them, and you know exactly which model was used and what the prompt was to get that image, which is way easier in here. And you can use tags to sort them and all kinds of other super cool things. But the most important part right now is there's your prompt history. And it's all right there, easy to find. And we will go over all of the other features later on, Workspace, reference images, the reference images over here on the right, and all of that at a different module. But right now you can see, we'll just look through the different images that were created. This one here, online business growth, so that one was Banana Pro. Banana V2, V2 Lite, GPT-2, GPT 1.5, Seedream V5, Seedream V5 Lite, and Seedream V4.5. And I hope you'll join us in the next module for how to edit images and how to create better, more consistent images using references.